C'est moi. What have I got for you today? Well, news. Finally, it arrived. By Richmond Dean, who I heard so much of and seen so much of as well. Not only work with Russell Brunson and with Myron Golden, but also seen him do his own presentations, and he's dangled some very tempting offers my way. And on one occasion, I was actually tempted to buy into one of his coaching courses. Very tempted, but I've just got such a busy July. I want to be able to buy something that I can attach time to. And so, regretfully, as tempting as it was to hover over the buy now button, I changed my mind and just thought, no, I'll wait. So I'm hoping, if you're out there, Richmond, if you have another similar offer or other similar offers coming up, I will stay in touch and I will keep watching. I'm one of the silent participants in your mass presentations. I see other people doing the rah, rah, rah thing, the NLP thing, but you won't see me doing it, I'm afraid. Although I will be dancing in my head. So anyway, the other thing, actually, part of Richmond Dean's offer, one of his offers, was to expose or provide training in NLP. And I'm actually quite interested in doing that because I've always been an NLP kind of guy. I've always been an admirer of the Tony Robbins approach to life coaching, personal development. I've been tempted to take it up a couple of times, and I worked out really that a lot of the philosophies about coaching that I have are very NLP-like. The only thing that I'm changing, not changing, but adding to maybe as another layer, is that I'm putting in additional reference to neurology and neurowiring. So, I mean, I've even called myself the pattern interrupter, and let's face it, pattern interruption is an NLP term. So though I'm not an accredited this, that, or anything, in fact, I've tried to remain independent of certified coaching, which sounds bizarre, doesn't it? I just don't want to sign up for a certified coaching thing and then sell people something which isn't what it says on the can. So I'm on my own journey of discovery. Having said that, NLP does sound like a very tempting course of study to take. And then you might flick on a screen and you might see become an accredited NLP coach for $7 in 15 minutes. Well, come on, please. I'd like to put a bit of work in order to qualify. Having said that, I don't want to spend thousands becoming qualified to be an NLP coach. One of the reasons I set up the Lee Clark Academy was to provide cost-effective and low-cost coaching resources to people rather than trying to get them to, rather than you having to take out a second mortgage in order to qualify for a unaccredited qualification. I think I'd rather give the stuff away for free. In fact, the tiny challenge that I'm running, which I've set up courtesy of the influence of this gentleman, Richmond, it'll be free. Obviously, I'll try and funnel you into some kind of offer, but really, we're living in a trust deficit environment at the moment. It's a bit of a trust desert. And I think the only way to really encourage people to trust you is to be prepared to hand stuff over for free, really to provide a proof of life or a proof of integrity. So going forward, I've got module upon module, actually, of coaching resources that I can hand over for free. If you want to put a comment in the box below, or when you see this, put a comment and tell me what area of coaching you're interested in, whether it be procrastination or self-esteem, self-sabotage, getting in your own way, nice guy syndrome, you name it. I would hazard a guess that I have resources about each of those situations because I put a lot of work into developing my skills and my knowledge on this thing. And so to today's topic, after 5 minutes of rambling. Today's topic is why I'll try equals I'll lie. When people tell you that they're going to try to do something, what they're doing really is offering you a covert contract. And on that covert contract, you're undersigning on that covert contract the idea that this person is going to make a lot of noise, do a lot of actions, appear very active, as if they're operating in your best interests, but they will fail to deliver. And then when they fail to deliver, you won't even be able to hold a gun to them because they'll just say, well, I said I'd try. So now you're emotionally blackmailed into actually soothing them for their lack of delivery. Whereas if they just said, yeah, I will, or no, I won't, everybody would have had much better clarity. So when people tell you that they're going to try, it's a bit like we'll see, isn't it? Basically what they're saying is it ain't going to happen. It also means that it isn't going to occur. We'll see. I'll try. These are flip-flop phrases which are bandied around by people who have absolutely no intention of delivering on the outputs that you're requiring. If you are falling foul of this and you're doing this, I would recommend that you nip it in the bud and you stop immediately. I would go further. I would recommend that you audit yourself and see how many times you say, I'll try, and then do your best to eradicate all the situations, circumstances, people, plans, projects, you name it. Wherever you feel like saying, I'll try, you need to remove the temptation to do that. How do you remove the temptation to do that? Well, you have to become more decisive and you have to replace I'll try with I will, or Lord forbid, I won't. Remember the old biblical adage and the reggae song, let your yeah be yeah and your no be no. Imagine that you are now trading in the currency of yes, I will, or no, I won't. And you remove I'll try from your vocabulary. No, mate, I'm not in the, who's that? Joe, I'm in New Zealand. Hold on a second. Okay. Bhagat Singh, yeah. Nice to meet you, my friend. No, I'm not in the UK. I'm in New Zealand, in the South Island of New Zealand. Expat, hi. Hi, the Lady Maria. Hello there. How are you? No, I'm an expat from the UK, north of England. I am well, thank you very much. Yeah, I am doing well. Touch wood. Hopefully I've got my health as I advance in years. No, I'm not in Christchurch. I'm in Oamaru, Mr. Biggs. Yeah, I'm in Oamaru, where we're having lots of kerfuffles about rate rises and such like at the moment. That's hot in the news, even made it into Kiwi blog. So anyway, as I'm saying, when you say I'll try, what you're saying is I'm not going to deliver. But you're doing it in a covert manner because you're trying now, you're kind of emotionally blackmailing the other person into accepting underperformance. South Auckland. Oh, okay, the Badlands. I was ex-West Auckland, so I was West Side, you know, such as it is. It's West Auckland, the best kept secret in Auckland, I think. You should try it. So yeah, so on the topic of I'll try, I'll lie. When people pledge to try to do things, they're going to fail. Lucid dreaming. I don't know. You'll have to explain to me what lucid dreaming is. And I'm from Grimsby in Lincolnshire originally. I spent many years in London, and my final resting place in the UK was Cornwall. Yeah. Oh, you're from Otara. Oh, okay, born and bred. Well, there you go. Good luck to you, J Biggs. I hope Otara is treating you well. Ah, yeah, now, Bhagat Singh, many years ago, many years ago, called The Dream Game by Anne Faraday. And I think she was the first person to ever promote the idea that you can control your dreams. And she recommended that you be able to look at your left hand while you're in a dream. And when you can do that, you can take over and steer your dreams. I've tried many a time and I've failed many a time because every time my conscious mind tries to engage within my dream state, it shakes me out of the dream state. Yeah, up the Mariners, my friend. Yes, the black and whites. Yeah, Blundell Park. Grimsby Town is the only town that never plays at home because Blundell Park is in Cleethorpes, so it always plays away. London, I was always south, so I started out in bloody hell. Where did I start out? Bloody hell, my memory's going on me. I ended up in Crystal Palace. I worked back from Crystal Palace through to Brixton Hill via Elephant Castle, where I had a squad. And prior to that, I was in Woolwich Arsenal. Oh no, and via Plumstead. Yeah. Yeah. Build the habit. Check the time twice every hour. All right, then I'll have a look into it. If you can recommend any websites or any books or anything like that, feel free to do so, Mr. Singh. Yeah, sounds cool. Sounds cool. Yeah, well, I just wonder sometimes how far out we get. I'm a Kiwi rep. Yeah, good. You do lives too, do you? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I started to think that YouTube was ghosting me and not putting my stuff out to. Oh, you're from Streatham. Yeah. Okay. I lived in Streatham Hill. Yeah. Opposite near the bus. I was on. What was I on? Near the bus garage. I lived on Streatham Hill, and then further up as well. So I graduated from Brixton Hill to Streatham Hill at one stage. Anyway, where was I? Yeah. So the aim of the game is, I'll just go back over here. I got a copy of this book, Tiny Challenge. This is not marketing. Yeah, I'm not marketing this book. I'm just saying I've been reading it and it's been really useful because I'm in coaching. And so the Tiny Challenge idea is that you hand out a challenge to people and then you work with people over a 5-day period. Streatham, Wolverhampton, Valley Road. Valley Road, where's Valley Road? That's not down Crystal Palace way, is it? Or is that on the other side? What's the football team related to Valley Road? Because that sounds familiar to me. Yeah, look, I mean, when I lived in London, I was ducking and weaving, and then I left London. You got to understand that when I lived in London, I was attached in partnerships, in relationships, and then I ended up as a single man. And I was a bit of a scallywag, but I moved. Oh, okay, yeah, halfway up Streatham Common, all right. No, it's not a Telecaster. It's called a Sonora. It's actually the acoustic with a head, with an electric head. I should be delivering music classes. If I disturb, it's because one of my students has come along. Kids, I work with kids and teach music. Yeah, so when I was in London, and then I moved to Cornwall, and I was in Cornwall for 9 months. I went back to London. Hi, Mel. And I was a fish out of water. I'd lost my mojo. I had no woo, no swoosh, no nothing. I was scared shitless going back into London. I didn't know which way to turn. It was bizarre because only 9 months prior to that, I could have walked in any environment fearlessly without a care in the world. Goes to show what happens when you leave a city. I think if you live in a city and you leave the city, it's almost like you can never go back. Kind of strange, eh? Because you move on and your expectations change. Anyway, oh no, I've got a bit of time. So look, I've got to say, it's really cool to be talking to you guys from different parts of the world, especially in the UK. What time is it over there then? You guys must be night owls. It must be 3 a.m. or something over there. Is this who I'm talking to? People who can't sleep? It's the middle of the day here, apart from you in Christchurch, of course. Well, look, what I'm going to do is I daily drop every day, and I'm not. Oh, you moved to Worthing back? Yeah. I know what you mean. I think how you are is a big part of your experience in a city. Hey there, Nell. How you doing? Hi. Oh, early morning flight. Oh, okay, I gotcha. Yeah, I think London is a great place to be young. I wouldn't want to have kids there. I wouldn't want to raise kids in London. And although I was a teacher in London for a good few years, I wouldn't want to continue to live. Having said that, at least it has public transport. We've got none of that kind of stuff around here. New Zealand's interesting because it's a little bit like the 1970s or something. I use it, well, 1950s in some ways, especially down here in the South Island. So public transport is very scant. If you don't have a car, you can't get anywhere. So if you're an older person without a car, you could be trapped in your own home. Anyway, I do these daily drops every day, not always at the same time of day, usually around midday for New Zealand, which is about midnight for you guys. Yeah, yeah, like Cuba, yeah, yeah. And so that was advice from this guy, Richmond Dean, actually. He said, oh, just go live every day, get yourself out there. Because what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to build my YouTube channel, which is called The Pattern Interrupter. And I'm trying to jiggle the algorithm and convince the algorithm and teach it that I exist. And so, that being the case, the best way to do that is to constantly post and hold a proper, reliable cadence. And I keep evaluating how I'm doing, because I release a video every 3 days. It'll get about 7 views, maybe 10 views. I keep taking screenshots and going over to AI and saying, how am I doing? It says, yeah, you're doing fine, mate. You're exactly where you should be. There's a small channel which is building. But I've got to admit, these meetings, this kind of live streaming is really handy. I often pick up a subscriber. I often make new friends, and I often get an opportunity to formalize some of my thoughts, because it's a busy old life working out how to create resources and coaching resources and personal development materials. And what I found is that if I take an idea and I revisit it and I have a topic to talk about, live streaming is a great way for me to be able to get my word out and also kind of make my thoughts a little bit more concrete as I express them to people. So this is very handy. I recommend it to anybody. We've already got one live streamer out there already. Is that you? Ryu Clown? I can't remember who it said that, the Christchurch gentleman, I can't remember who they were, said that they live stream. I think it's almost rude not to tell you the truth. I'm in my 60s now, and I wish I could shave 20, 30 years off, don't we all? And just restart again. I wish I'd started working with YouTube when it first came out. I feel like I missed the boat to some extent. Having said that, getting older is no excuse for not trying new things or not trying to learn new things. In fact, I would suggest that the older you get, the more imperative it is to learn new things, because you don't want to degenerate. You don't want your brain to degenerate. So if you get in early, while you've still got all your tacks sharpened, and learn new skills, learn about YouTubing, learn about speaking on camera, learn about thumbnails, descriptions, CRMs, all of that kind of stuff. Have you met any expats in New Zealand from Britain? Yeah, quite a few, all the time, from the UK, especially down here. Yeah, all the time. There's lots of people. A lot of the emphasis isn't on importing Brits at the moment, to tell you the truth. Not like it was in the 70s when I first came over. But yeah, there are plenty of us. There are plenty of POMs around. We're not even called POMs anymore. When I first came over to UK in the late 70s, everybody was an equal opportunity racist. If you were from a different place, you had your own racial slur built in, whether you were from India, Polynesia, the UK. Didn't matter where you were from, everybody got insulted. Every expat was insulted some way or another. I don't know whether we've moved forwards or backwards, I must confess. So I haven't been called a POM in a long time, but I used to be called that all the time when I first came. Not that I mind. I had some off-color jokes about my species, I must confess. Anyway, look, I'm going to have to get going in a short while because, as I say, I'm expecting a couple of children to come along to learn some guitar. And I've got a view message held for review. I don't know. Is it Wiggers? What's the racial slur for fake white gangsters? I think it might be Wiggers. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. I don't unless there's a more modern version. Yeah, fake white gangsters. Oh my goodness. That's a whole thing, though, isn't it? That's a whole thing. That's like people being tourists. Qualities I look for in a partner. Qualities I look for in a partner include honesty, openness, and not having hidden agendas, not playing silly games. Um, I like my partners to be younger than myself, which isn't difficult because I'm quite old. I like attractiveness. I like people who look after themselves, and I like a partner to be willing to give you the time of day and not load you up with their own agendas and their own concerns. The kind of qualities I look for in a partner are the kind of qualities I look for in anybody. People who are prepared to speak their minds, be honest about themselves and about what they want from things, you know? That's why I do a lot of work around the nice guy syndrome. My view about people who are nice guys is that they're not nice at all. They're just sneaky. They're just trying to get something, usually sex, by pretending to be nice. And of course, everybody sees through them. So they end up getting nothing. So a lot of my coaching is aimed at people who might be living within that kind of delusional soup, and try to encourage them just to kind of stand up for themselves, be honest about themselves, and start to express themselves with a bit more clarity. Can you sing My Money Don't Jiggle Jiggle It Falls? All right, mate. It makes me want to dribble, you know. I don't know. Not whether I can't sing it because I don't know the rap, I'm afraid. I'm not sure money does make me want to dribble. Well, I don't know, a little bit, but I won't be doing any dribbling here, that's for sure. Speaking of dribbling, how is England doing in the World Cup, eh? Let's hope that they can get. Apparently, they're playing on Monday. Who are they playing on Monday? My mate from the UK says, "Am I going to be watching Monday morning in New Zealand?" I don't even know who they're playing. One of the byproducts of moving to New Zealand is you tend to lose interest in soccer because it's just not the same here. I sound like Louis Theroux. Oh yeah, I remember that. I don't like Louis. I must confess, I don't like Louis Theroux. I think he's a cockwomble. Oh, play Mexico. Oh, that'd be interesting, actually. Yeah, that'll be interesting. One thing I like about sport, and in particular soccer is a poor man's game. So I love the way that the third world has been bringing it, and they will continue to bring it. So you've got all these overpaid Western soccer players being taken out by people who are just dedicated to their craft. I'm not saying the other people aren't dedicated, but that's the beauty of sport, isn't it? It's not kind of foregone conclusion. Yeah, yeah, Louis Theroux. Yeah, didn't he do? He did quite a nice documentary expose about what's wrong with men and boys, didn't he? He didn't talk about toxic femininity, though. He didn't talk about the idea that what's wrong with men and boys is the fact that they've been told for the last 40 years that they're worthless wannabe rapists and such like. No, that didn't come up in his documentary. Anyway, enough of that. I'm going to have to get going, I'm afraid. It's been great to interact. It's been wonderful to dribble. And yeah, if you're in town again and I go live stream, feel free to drop back in and throw me your comments. Throw me a bone. Feel free to like and subscribe. I like there's a couple of likes on there. Thank you very much. Oh dear. Oh dear. Oh, you're alone, are you, blurted? Did you just blurt that, or is it just something you've considered for a long time? Yeah, well, ultimately we're all alone, so don't worry. It's nothing personal. Right, I'm out. I'll see you later, gentlemen and ladies. It's been a pleasure. Always a pleasure, never a chore. Check out my channel, please, and if you have any more comments to drop into the stuff I do, cool, love it. Subscribe. Thank you, blurted. I post every 3 days. I post live every day. So yeah, Maybe we'll get to know each other. Maybe you won't be alone so much. Take it easy, everybody. Catch you later. Bye-bye.